Namaste viewers, welcome to Avinash Bio category. In the previous video we focused on that sex determination in case of Drosophila melanogaster, in case of honeybees. So let me today focus on another major concept of this genetics chapter. So that is genetic disorders. Yes. Yes. As already we know, genetic disorders means these disorders concern to the genes. That means who are controlling the characters. So disorder means by birth itself something has been defected in our body. So genetic disorders. So all these are the whatever the diseases or whatever the abnormalities that we are seeing right now, all these are by birth disorders. So genetic disorders here. And here genetic disorders, usually we have categorized them into two partitions. The first one is gene disorders. Yes, the first is gene disorders and the second one is chromosomal disorders. Yes. So we are having two categories here, gene disorders as well as chromosomal disorders here. Gene disorder means these disorders are abnormalities caused because of something changed in a gene, one gene usually. So that is a gene disorder, and these gene disorders are usually referred as Mendelian disorder. Keep that point in your mind, Mendelian disorder. And if we consider chromosomal disorder means here set of genes have been defected here. Why? Because in a chromosomal disorder there is abnormality in the chromosomes, not in the genes. Total chromosome is in the abnormal condition. How there may be abnormalities here? So here in chromosomal disorder we can consider either one chromosome is extra, or either one chromosome is less, or one chromosome is present in abnormal position, or abnormally it is present. It means it's a chromatid portion is cut, or sometimes the whole set of chromosome may be increased, polyploidy condition like that here. So those are coming under chromosomal disorders here. And here in a chromosomal disorder usually we will observe two conditions here. So that may be aneuploidy or it may be polyploidy. So two conditions we can have here. Aneuploidy means either one chromosome is extra or one chromosome is less, and usually this type of condition will be arise at the time of cell division process, that is in a meiosis case during gamete formation. So at that time if there is a disjunction of chromosomes, that means chromosomes have not been separated easily clearly, then they lead to the formation of abnormal gametes. Why? Because the chromosome pair may be as it is, or there may be no pair. So here aneuploidy condition means, so here one chromosome is extra or one chromosome is less. That means there is no perfect pairing after fusion of gametes. So that is the aneuploidy condition here. In aneuploidy condition we can see two forms here, either monosomy or trisomy. Yes, we can have two conditions here. Mono stands for here one chromosome is there in the pair just after the fusion of gametes, after the formation of zygote, when the development is occurring there, in that time. So in one pair just there will be one chromosome, not two chromosome. Why? Because one chromosome is less, that is monosomy. Trisomy means one chromosome is extra. So such kind of conditions are called as aneuploidy conditions here. In case of polyploidy, whole set of chromosome is doubled. Say for example we are diploid, not triploid. Sometimes if the triploid condition may occur, tetraploidy condition may occur, the whole set of chromosome may be doubled here. So that is a polyploidy condition, and usually we will observe the polyploidy condition in case of a plant. In a plants we will observe this condition majorly. Say for example that PEN, primary endosperm nucleus, so that is having a triploid condition. So that is example for polyploidy condition here. So usually in order to get a bigger crops in the bigger size, crops in the bigger size or vegetable in the bigger size, we will go for polyploidy here. So now let us consider our major concept, gene disorders. So there in the gene disorders, let me consider gene disorders. In the gene disorders, as already we know, if the disease causing or disorder causing gene is in the dominant condition, means we will refer it as a dominant disorder. If the disorder causing gene present in the recessive condition, means we will call it as a recessive disorder. So dominant and recessive two forms. And whether those genes present on sex chromosome or normal chromosome, depending on the whole concept, we are having four conditions: X-linked dominant disorder, X-linked recessive disorder, autosomal dominant disorder, autosomal recessive disorder. So like that we are having four types of disorders here. And out of all the fours, usually in most of the cases, recessive disorders are majorly studied. Why? Because the majority of the disorders are caused because of the recessive gene present on the chromosome in most of the cases. And here majorly let us focus on those recessive disorders causing genes present on sex chromosomes. Yes, and on that basis majorly sex chromosome means keep one thing in your mind, X-linked disorders, almost all those are. So here if we consider such kind of X-linked disorders, so let me focus on the first one. X-linked disorders. So keep one thing in your mind. X-linked disorder is nothing but a sex-linked disorder, nothing but. So here the disorder causing gene, it is present on X chromosome. The disorder causing gene, it is present on X chromosome or linked to the X chromosome. So these are the majorly studying disorders. In your competitive exam also, they will ask the majority of the disorders on this basis. So here, in the X-linked disorders, as already we know, either that may be present in dominant form, either it may be present in recessive form. X-linked dominant disorder or X-linked recessive disorder, both are there here. And here one more thing, X-linked recessive disorders are majorly studying here compared to dominant. Why? Because compared to dominant disorders, recessive disorders are more. If the gene is in the recessive condition, then it leads to the defectiveness in the body. So such kind of disorders are more here. And let me focus, which are those majorly studying recessive X-linked disorders. So there here, for example, if we consider color blindness. Yes, this is one major X-linked recessive disorder. And second one is hemophilia. So it is also an X-linked recessive disorder. And so let us today focus in this video, on these two majorly. At more, many X-linked recessive disorders are there here, but majorly we have to consider one is color blindness, another one is hemophilia here. If I consider the color blindness here, and here the name itself suggests here, color blindness means the person, of course he can observe, he can see the object in front of him, but thing is he cannot differentiate the color. what color is carrying by that object, he cannot differentiate. And either the color blindness may be total, either that color blindness may be partial. So that depending on that person visuality. So here in the color blindness, let me consider this in first. So here color blindness, it's a causing gene is present on X chromosome. Color blindness causing gene is present on X chromosome, and that because of that reason color blindness it is majorly observing in male compared to female. So here males are more prone to for this disease. It is majorly appearing in males compared to female. So if we consider it in the percentage wise means, so here 8% of males are affected by this disease, whereas in case of female only 0.4% of females are affected. Yes, so male percent 8% and female, in case of female, that is 0.4%, less than 1%. Why? Because just keep one thing in your mind. If it is a X-linked recessive disorder, keep one thing in your mind. Female will be having 2 X chromosome. If one X chromosome is having the recessive gene, that means a disease causing gene, another X chromosome will be having dominant pair, dominant gene. Then one dominant, one recessive means there is no disorder. Why? Because the dominant gene will overcome the recessive gene. Hence, female carrying the disease is less, percentage is less. But in case of male, XY chromosomes are there. Only one X chromosome is present. And here, color blindness causing gene present on X chromosome, not on Y chromosome. If that X chromosome is having that recessive gene, dominant gene is not present on Y chromosome. Because of that reason, males are more affected than the females. Not only color blindness, either it may be hemophilia also, color blindness, whatever the X-linked recessive disorder it is, males are more affected. Yes. So here males are more affected here. And one more thing, this color blindness, it is majorly caused because of cone cells, defectiveness in the cone cells in our retina. Yes, we are having 2 types of cells, cone cells and rod cells. The cone cells are responsible for distinguishing the colors here, and those cone cells are defective. Those cone cells are not working properly in the retina of this affected person. And usually color blindness means we are having variety of colors. Some persons are able to visualize all the colors except red. Some persons are visualize the remaining colors except green. So here on that basis we can have two conditions here. The first condition we can observe here is monochromatism. The first condition, monochromatism means the person is totally color blind. He cannot differentiate any colors, just like black and white maybe. And if we consider another condition, dichromatism. Dichromatism means here the person is partially color blind, not totally, partially color blind here. And in case of color blindness, the major color blindness is, the major example is red-green color blindness. Most of the people who are having this problem, they are unable to differentiate red and green color, red-green color blindness. And we will consider this condition as daltonism. This condition is usually referred as daltonism, red-green color blindness. That means red and green differentiating cone cells are defective in this person case. And here, if we consider this color blindness in our genetic point of view, in its inheritance point of view, how it is transferring here. And keep one thing in your mind. This color blindness causing a gene present on X chromosome, not on Y chromosome. Yes, and it is majorly affecting to the male, not to the female. Keep these 2 points in your mind. So on that basis, what we can consider here is, let me write some conditions here. XX. Yes. Here, if I write XX means a female. If I write on the X, on one X chromosome, if I write a C, C stands for color blind gene. Yes. Just if I write like this means, here one chromosome is having color blind gene, another X chromosome it is not having color blind gene. What it suggests? Here one X chromosome is having a color blind gene, recessive gene. Another X chromosome it is having a dominant gene. One thing I can write here capital C, or sometimes I cannot write anything. If I don't write anything on X chromosome means, keep one thing in your mind. If I don't write capital C means it is understood. If I don't write anything, that indicates here capital C is present. Here capital C, here small c. Small c means recessive gene. Why? Because the recessive linked disorder this one is. So we have to mention that one. So what is the condition? Of course this is the female. Whether female is affected or not. So here the female is, of course is the female, and she is carrier. She is the carrier female. What it suggests? She is not having the disorder. She is not showing the symptoms of color blindness. She is a normal female but carrier. What it suggests? She is having one defective gene. That defective gene is transferred to the next generation. Hence she is considered to be the carrier. Then when the female will be affected means, the condition should be like this. Both the X chromosomes should be having the defective gene. Then this female is considered to be the defective. So this female is defective. She will be carrying the both the chromosomes carrying the disease causing genes here. Suppose if both the chromosome, both the genes or both the X chromosomes are dominant means, then no disorder. She is not the carrier. She is neither the carrier nor the defective. She is normal totally. And one more thing, this carrier condition in sometimes we will refer it as normal. Why? Because her vision is normal. But thing is, she is carrying that gene to the next generation just. And in case of male, I can write it like this, XY. On the X, if I mention C means, so male, and he is not a carrier at all. He is a defective. Why he cannot become carrier means, he is having just one X chromosome, another Y chromosome. If one X chromosome is having the defective gene means, he is compulsory defective. Why? Because in order to overcome this gene, here another gene is not present. Why? Because this is a Y chromosome. This is causing gene present only on the X chromosome. And the condition is like this. If I write just XY means, so he is the normal then. Male and he is normal. Yes. These are the major things that we should keep in our mind while discussing those crossing patterns here. Yes. Here, if we consider their crossing here, how the crossing occurs here, how the things are going to occur here. Now, the question is given like this. Two parents are there here, where mother is carrier. Mother is carrier of the disease and the father is colorblind. What about the condition of the children? Let me revise once again the question. Mother is carrier of the disease. She is not a defective. She is a carrier of the disease. She is carrier of the disease. Whereas the father is a defective. Father is defective. What is the condition of the children? Then for that one, let me consider. Yes. So what I told you already, So let me cross here in order to save the space. Yes. So here mother is carrier. Carrier means I can write it as small c, and some cases we can write capital C and small c. That is also okay. Already I have told you, if I don't write anything means it is understood there is capital C. Here capital C is present, but there is no need not to write that one. So mother is carrier and father is a defective. Yes, the father is a defective. Father is a defective means XY. So father is a defective means he is carrying that a defective gene. Then what about the condition of children here? The question is. So just a crossing here. X and a small c. That is they are carrying both the defective genes. And a second one XY and this one carrying the same gene as it is. If we consider the second chromosome like this, X carrying one defective gene, another chromosome is normal, and the last one if we consider X and Y, so here X and Y do not carry any defective genes here. So here this is female, this is male, this is female, and this is male. So we got total 4 children. Out of 4 children, see here, both the chromosomes are having defective genes. That means this is a defective female, color-blind daughter. And this one, color-blind son, male, carrying one defective gene, color-blind son, color-blind daughter and a son. And this one, see here, daughter, but only one defective gene is there here. Another chromosome is not having any genes, defective genes. Hence this daughter is carrier, not a defective. And this son is totally normal. He is not having any defective genes here. That means all 4 children are different. Probability is 25%. Yes. Here the each children probability, the chances of getting a disease either by the parent or by this, either by the son or daughter is 25% compared to all the children. Yes. But in case of, if we consider just daughters, daughter means 2 daughters we are having, 100% daughter if we consider. Out of 100%, 50% of daughters are getting the defectiveness here. And same in case of sons also, 50% of sons are getting the defectiveness chance here. So regarding the color blindness here. And in the same sense, if we consider one more problem for this one, color blindness here. The problem is like this here. Just I am dictating the problem here. A color-blind man has a color-blind sister. Color-blind man has a color-blind sister and a normal brother. 3 conditions I am telling you. Color-blind man has a color-blind sister and a normal brother. Then find out the genotype of their parents. Here what they have given? The children genotype they have given. Their condition they have given. And we have been asked the genotype of their parents. Then here, let me write the given data here. So here, color-blind man. I am writing the children data here. Color-blind man. So man is a color-blind. That means let me write man. X, Y. He is a color-blind. Color-blind means let me write C. Color-blind man. And he is having color-blind sister. Color-blind sister. Sister means X. And she is color-blind. Small c. And he is having normal brother. So his brother. His brother means XY. He is a normal. Normal means he is not having any defective gene on X chromosome. So 3 conditions they have given. And we have been asked what is the genotype of their parents. So here, how to identify their genotype means we are having the main clue, this one. Daughter. Daughter is colorblind. Daughter is colorblind and daughter is having 2 X chromosome. 1 X chromosome is given by one parent. Let me consider father this side and mother this side. 1 X chromosome is given by the father. 1 X chromosome is given by the mother. And both are carrying defective genes. XC. That means now we can write father side. 1 chromosome already we identified. 1 more chromosome is Y. So here father is colorblind. Genotypically father is colorblind. Yes. Why it is not carrying any genes, any colorblind genes. And this side what we can write? Mother already we have identified 1 X chromosome is having colorblind gene. What about other? If I write another X chromosome also having that defective gene means here we cannot get a normal son. Why? Because son is carrying X chromosome from the mother. If both X chromosomes are carrying the defective genes means we cannot get a normal son here. Hence, compulsory this X chromosome it is not having the colorblind gene. That means heterozygous. The mother is heterozygous. Yes. So mother is heterozygous. That means carrier, and father is hemophilic. So this is the genotype of their parents. So like that we can predict their genotype of the parents. So in that sense, yes. And one more thing here, if we consider maximum patterns, mother is responsible for carrying the disease and she is carrying the disease majorly to the son, not to the daughter. Why? Because males are more affected here. So the majority of the disease is here like this. And here same kind of condition we will observe in case of hemophilia also. Hemophilia, it is also sometimes also called as bleeder's disease. Bleeder's disease or bleeder's disorder, hemophilia. Why? Because in this condition the major symptom is blood do not stop by the bleeding. So it will continuously bleed. It will continuously go outside the body if once cut occurs. So there is no clotting of the blood. Why? Because for clotting of our blood there are some special proteins responsible in our blood. And those proteins usually we will call them as clotting factors. And series of clotting factors. Clotting factor means proteins present in the blood. Usually those proteins are present in inactive condition when the blood is flowing through the blood vessel. If the blood vessel is cut, if the blood oozes outside, then those proteins becomes active. Not only one protein, series of proteins. And all the series of proteins we will refer them as clotting factors. Right? And here we are having so many such kind of clotting factors, 1, 2, 3, 4, so many clotting factors we are having, and depending on what type of clotting factor is affected, so here we are having so many types of hemophilia, so different types of hemophilia, and sometimes hemophilia also referred as a royal disease. Why? Because this disorder majorly studied in Queen Victoria family. Royal diseases, royal in that sense, generally we will refer it as like that. So here in the case of hemophilia, it is also X-linked disorder. That means hemophilia causing gene, it is present on X chromosome, not on the Y chromosome. And depending on that we are having 3 types of hemophilia. Hemophilia A. and next one hemophilia B, and next one hemophilia C. Like that we are having 3 types of hemophilia here. So here hemophilia A, it is a majorly studying or majorly observing hemophilia in the entire world. So here hemophilia A, it is present in 80% of 80% of hemophilic cases. So majority of hemophilia is hemophilia A. What this suggests here is, so here blood clotting factor 8. Already I have told you, blood clotting factors, those are the special proteins helps in the clotting of the blood. Here so many proteins are present here. Here the protein number 8, blood clotting factor 8. If it is a defective means it causes hemophilia A. It is a maximum observed case here. And in the hemophilia B here, blood clotting factor 9, it is affected. This protein is affected. In a hemophilia C, here blood clotting factor 11 is affected. 8, 9, 11. Hemophilia A, B, C. These are the 3 major cases here. But thing is, hemophilia A and B, these are X-linked. Whereas hemophilia C is autosomal. Autosomal recessive disorder. This is not X-linked disorder. Keep the thing in your mind. Hemophilia, it is, of course, it is a rare disorder compared to A and B. Hemophilia C, it is not X-linked disorder. It is autosomal recessive disorder here. And think, visually, we have to majorly consider hemophilia in most of the cases here. Right? And here, in a case of hemophilia, the pattern also same as it is. Just if I change C by the H, H means hemophilic gene. If I change C by the H means it becomes a hemophilic condition as it is. Say for example, XH normal X, that means female carrier. XH, that means female, she is the defective. Then in case of male, XHY, that is a male defective. XY, that is a normal case for both hemophilia as well as color blindness. So pattern is as it is same, but only thing is, in the case of hemophilia, blood major symptom is blood continuously flows if cut occurs once. There is no stopping of blood, there is no clotting of blood. It will take more time because these are defective blood clotting factors are there here because of that recessive genes. Right? Mother and father. Let me consider like this. So here, mother is defective. Defective means, let me write small h. Don't write a capital H. If you write a capital H means it becomes a dominant gene. That condition becomes normal. Small h. Mother is carrier. Just like here. Mother is carrier and father is defective. Yes, father is defective. That carrying a gene, defective gene present on Y chromosome. It is not present on Y chromosome. After crossing these two, if they get the children, what is the condition of their children? Yes. Okay. Not to consider. The condition is as it is. Let me change the condition a little bit. Mother is hemophilic. Father is, let us consider, father is a normal. Yes, mother is hemophilic, father is normal. Then what is the condition of producing children? Let me consider here the first cross. XX small h. The second condition. XY small h. Then third one. XX and this one small h. Last one XY and small h. Then observe here. In all the cases that gene we can observe here. But whether it is carrier or normal or defective, now we have to identify. XX, this is the female. Yes. And here the female is having just one defective gene. another side X chromosome is having normal gene. That means she is carrier. Now here male, and here X chromosome is having one defective gene. Y chromosome do not have that color hemophilic gene. Hence he is a defective. And here this female, she is also carrier, of course. She is also carrier here. And this side if we consider, here the male, and he is having the defective gene, and hence he is a defective. Defective male, carrier female. So what it indicates here? See here, if mother is hemophilic, right? If the mother is hemophilic, father is normal. Mother hemophilic, father is normal. Then how many sons are produced? All the sons are 100% hemophilic. That is compulsory. So here the chances are 100%. 100% for male. All the sons that they are producing, all are 100% hemophilic. Then 100% all the daughters are carriers. 100% all the daughters are carriers. This is the condition. That means here the female or mother is powerful carrying the disorder in case of X linked. But in case of Y linked, father dominance is more. And here if the condition is like this, let me write one more condition. Yes, mother is normal, father is hemophilic. Then what about the conditions of the children? Just roughly calculate here. Just observing my fingers here. This X, female carrier. Yes, next this X, female carrier. That means 100% of females are carriers, right? Now this Y, this X, these two fingers, observe. This Y, this X, normal male, and this Y, this X, normal male. That means if the mother is not having any defective gene, then no sons will be affected. 100% all the sons are normal. Let me write here. 100% all the sons are normal, and here 100% all the daughters are carriers. So what it suggests here, no one is affected if the condition of the parents is like this. Suppose if the condition of the parents is like this, XX, XY, parents, now both have been crossed. So let me write mother is, whether I consider that one or not. Okay, mother is carrier, right? Mother is carrier and a father is normal. Then what is the condition here? Mother is carrier and father is normal. Then right here, now consider here this X, XX female and one H, carrier female. Yes, this X, this Y, male and hemophilic, not carrier, hemophilic. Now consider this X, XX, normal female, and this X and Y, normal male. Right? We got 4 conditions. The first condition, okay, let me write here. The first condition, carrier female, then hemophilic male, then normal male, normal female. normal male, normal female, carrier female, hemophilic male. So these are the 4 possibilities we can get if the conditions of the parents is like this. Yes, we can do calculate like that. So please keep one thing in your mind while calculating the genetic crossing regarding the X-linked recessive disorders. Keep one thing in your mind. Here majorly sons are affected. In majority of the cases sons are affected. Yes. If both the parents are affected means of course all the children are affected. That's no doubt. 100% all the children, either sons or daughters, all are affected here. So in that sense, let me give one question. So you practice this question, solve this question. The question is like this. Once you write the question, a woman with 2 genes, 1 gene for hemophilia, 1 gene for color blindness. Now I have combined both. A woman with 2 genes, 1 hemophilic gene, 1 color blindness recessive gene. Both the recessive genes present on 1 X chromosome. That means another X chromosome is normal in female. And she got married to a normal man. Man is normal and woman is having 2 X chromosome, where 1 X chromosome is having hemophilic and color blindness recessive genes on 1 X chromosome, and now both have been married. Then if the condition is like that means progeny will be, what is the condition of the progeny? Option A, all sons are hemophilic and colorblind. Option A, all sons are hemophilic and colorblind. Option B, 50% of hemophilic and colorblind sons, 50% sons are normal. 50% are hemophilic and colorblind, 50% normal. This is option B. And option C, all daughters are hemophilic and colorblind. All daughters are hemophilic and colorblind. And option D, 50% hemophilic daughters and 50% colorblind daughters. Out of 4, which one is correct? So if you are not getting the question properly, so please rewind the video once again and write the question and write the options. Then you do that calculation, how it is possible, which option is suitable for that one. So in the next video, in the next class, let us focus some autosomal linked disorders. So these are usually, we have considered only X-linked recessive disorders. X-linked dominant disorders also there, but in examination point of view, we have not been asked more questions from them. You have to majorly consider X-linked recessive disorders. So in the next video, let us focus on autosomal linked, autosomal disorders, and after that last we are having only chromosomal disorders. Yes, I think so. You have got whatever the things we have discussed till now. So in the next video, once again I am telling you, in the next video, autosomal linked disorders. Let us focus on that one. I think you have got this one. Thank you.